Hello, my name is Scott for SB Gaming, and welcome back to Transport Fever European Freeplay Edition. And in the last episode, we got, I believe, Ludger's Hull connected up with, of course, freight from Dursley as well as Grays. We have passenger lines connected up from as well as Grays, and I do eventually want to connect up Dursley, but not quite yet. That will come eventually. One thing I would like to do off screen, I did spend a fair bit of money. We had no loan at the end of the episode. Now we're up to $12 million because that's how much it took. Let's repay $1 million. And I ended up restructuring this freight station. I ended up actually tearing out the passenger station, tearing out all the buildings that were in here. And it makes things a little bit more simpler. I have tore out the freight station that was here. Now it is here. And hopefully this makes things a lot more simple. We now have 6 platforms here. And we have actually, 2 lines running that way. We have 1 line stopping in here, 1 continuing on. And one of these may extend out to the harbor, but I don't think I really need to. This is fine for now, but if I do, it'd be this line that extends out to the harbor, because reasons. And other than that, I don't know if I had this quad tracked off screen or on screen, but I have that now fully connected. I had some issues with trains. I had to make some crossovers and to get trains onto the right track. We have the passenger line now basically doing an S bend, and partially it's because it could just be the curve. I could probably straighten this out a bit more because I don't think there is an issue with no, I don't want. So yeah, I could do that, cut it in right here. I mainly tried to get whatever speed would be the maximum speed possible, although we do have a 38. Oh yeah, that is going to be a problem. So what we are going to do is we are going to reconnect that up, and that's not going to make a difference. Okay, well, I am going to restructure this anyway then. Yep, we're just going to completely get rid of this. Since we can't have that, especially for a passenger rail. Wow. All those bits of track. Alright, so I am going to want this to basically go like that. Where possible, we want the slowest part to be at or near the station. That is fine. We are going to come across to there and come across to there. Now, how does that make that all that? Really? You're gonna make the track look wibbly. This should all be at the same elevation. Actually, maybe not. Alright, about that. Although we have a... Really? A 48? How could we have gotten a 48 right there? Wow. 120, 120, 107. Yeah, that should be fine. And then that, there's a 57 right there. Why is there a 57? Seriously. $107, $119, $105. These are all fine. There is a signal here, but I don't think it would make any difference. That's going to be a 120. And 105, 106. As long as it stays above 100, that's what I'm looking for. Although then that right there turns into a 44. What? Why? It's fine. There's a 46? Wow. Alright, well, I can kind of live with a 77. That is the outbound track, so I doubt a train is necessarily going to get up to high speed there, so yeah, how about that? Now, we want this to go, although not like that. Let's... nope. 1671, fine. And connect onto that. Now, any red. There's a 77. That's fine. Not much we can do about it. Alright, so with that taken care of, we have this restructured. We don't have a ton of goods there because, of course, we had to get rid of it. All those goods got lost, although it looks like either they transferred back over to here, or some of them, or we just lost them. Now everything has to kick back off. We have, yeah, some livestock. And so we have the Grays to Dunwich, Grays to Southgate, Grays to Upton, and Grays to West Malling. We have lots of passengers here, and that has really recovered since we had destroyed the station. I'm guessing the passengers kind of got dumped out here, and then they immediately came back to here when I put the station back in. Alright, so over here we got a fair chunk of goods, and yeah, there's a reason why I want to split this off into a separate West Malling to Upton and Grays to Upton line. We're going to have goods that are going to flow back and forth from here because we have the machine factory, and I wasn't liking how the trains were coming here full, leaving here full, not picking up much up, and so I needed to add that to the line. We got steel here, and we got a whole lot of oil and other stuff here. West Malling to Upton, only a little bit of food and livestock is going to there. Most likely it will just transfer on to the other line up to there. I'm considering getting rid of the Upton stop completely so the train just goes direct, and rather than having the lines just fight over the cargo. We have lots of plastics here, and now that I have this plastic, or no, not this plastic, this machine factory, as well as, do I have another machine factory somewhere? I don't think so. And this machine factory, yeah. We are going to need more plastic. So I am going to connect this up over here. And yeah, some of the oil that is heading off in that direction will divert instead over to here. And lovely. Let's build this small road. And we just want to... That's right. We're going to need to borrow money, although with that said, it is getting to the end of the month. Yeah, we'll let time tick. And here's a question. This road, that harbor, this here, I'm actually going to bring this in like that. We are also going to bring this across. Over to there. And now, if I... it's not going to... Yep, I'm going to need to give this more of a direct path. What I'm probably going to have to do, if I want stuff, possibly oil to transfer onto this line, if oil is going in that direction, yeah, we're going to need to have the truck station actually. If I upgraded this, let's just get rid of this, and we are going to upgrade this to a larger truck station, so we don't actually need that. And $1.2 million in the negatives. We are going to set up a new line to go from here over to a truck station. We are going to borrow some money. And might as well throw it right there over to here. And this is going to be RF Salterton Plastics. And $1.6 million. We are going to buy another road depot. And we'll throw it there. We are going to buy DMG Canstat and Salterton Plastics. For now, we are going to have it wait for a full load. And we are going to repay some of our loan. And yep, our truck here. All right, so this will kick off the plastics production. It'll take probably until maybe September, hopefully. Speed it up just a bit. And September 1st, no. Alright, it'll be probably October then. And we got some... Do we have... Oh no, not over there. We are using the land hours, right? Yep. And do we have a depot over here? No, we don't. So or do we? Let's borrow some money. Buy some road vehicles. We want to buy 4 for the Salterton RT1 line. And this truck is going on its own. Still line usage, no. Although with that said, do we even have this? No, we don't. Okay, yep. That is right. We are going to need to run the fuel line over to here. Otherwise, we will not be able to get our plastics over there. TS3. And I have a feeling what I might want to do is return back to here, because I suspect that this line is going to have stuff that will come over to here or want to be within this range here. Most likely. Yeah, especially the industrial stuff possibly coming in. Machines in particular. But yeah, that will get that kicked off. One thing I would like to also do is we are going to connect up this iron ore line up to our freight harbor here. And that will feed iron ore across here. It'll help compensate for the iron ore that's struggling over here. I do eventually plan to run a line dedicated to the station down here to Salterton, although with that said, I just might instead just run the iron ore, although we do have a second iron ore here. If we had a steel mill off in this area, which I'm not really seeing, down here, yeah, there might be more convenient sources of iron ore. But we are going to connect up iron ore to this here. It could also feed back this way, so that is something. We are going to repay some of our loan. It's October. And just to check, is this now seeing line usage? No, it's not. That is fine. And we're going to set this to unlimited because reasons. Alright, so what I would like to do, and you... No. Let's run this. Going like that. Let's slow her down. And we want to run this basically out that way. One of my goals eventually, and actually with 1902 coming up, I'm pretty sure the A35, which is our first 100-kilometer-an-hour train or locomotive, will be coming out. And I would ideally like to get the express service from Westmalling up to Southgate set up, maybe over to Chorleywood. Bother. Throw that there. Buy road vehicles. We want a DMG CanStat. Set line, new line from here into a truck station, which I'm going to throw right about there. And this is going to be iron ore. RF, Dovercourt iron ore. Now that we have the freight line, this is a relatively simple line to set up. It'll provide more iron ore to the... no. Please come back. Wait until full load and unlimited. I know I shouldn't do it. I'm doing it anyway. I just have to remember to turn the full load weight condition off. Repay. We're down to 5.5 million in loans. And this is going to probably take at least until December. Maybe January. And this is seeing 245 demand. And this is seeing line usage, yes. Try to ship more items. Well, produce them and we will ship them. So right now, you are not supplying anything. And we have 11 units going on the Salterton Plastics line. We are going to buy 2 more DMG CanStats and the Salterton Plastics. And we are going to buy another one. Salterton Plastics. And we have, yeah, we have DMG CanStats. And what I'm going to do, we are going to replace this out with the DMG CanStat. Replace now, 250k. And it is January 1st, 1902, and we have the A35. Now, the A35 is a 100-kilometer-hour engine, 107 tons, 1,000 power, which just beats anything else that we have. 1,000 power, 120 tractive effort. So yeah, significantly higher than what we have. $2.47 million though. Higher price than the Atlantic, 412k per year running cost. So this 460 locomotive was the first locomotive of the Jura, Simplon, and the Gotthard line to reach very fast speeds. So yeah, we want to basically pair that with the 3-axle car, 100 kilometer an hour, 14 capacity, 92.2k running costs. And yeah, the European vehicles are very slow, lag behind the American engines, and then you catch right back up with that. Do we actually have the Bodden? No, we don't. We don't even have the Bodden. That comes out in, I think, maybe 1905? Possibly. So if we wanted to, we could ramp up to the... Although, Oy, we got tons of stuff sitting here. 1,400 units of... Wow. That is insane. We could buy some more DMG CanStats and Gray's Harbor Transfer. Although, with that said, are we going to have too many vehicles queue? we have space for a few more. Gray's Harbor transfer. Yeah, our freight line does not have the capacity and frequency to really take advantage of all this fuel. And this oil, a lot of it's going to Upton Freight on the Westmoreland line. Alright, let's head back over here to Salterton. And we got some plastics. Yep, good. And it's just a matter of this thing cranking out the plastics. Or rather, the oil. And we got a ton of iron ore sitting here. So let's buy up some DMG can stats and get this iron ore delivered. We are going to right now turn this to wait until, or load if available. We are going to do the same thing over here on the Salterton Plastics line. You can turn around because a few units showed up. And we are going to put a few more DMG can stats on the Salterton oil line. And we got a ton of slag showing up. We got, you know what, I am going to replace out DMG CanStat. Replace now, 207K. And this one we are going to, I'm gonna buy a depot down here. Really, collision. Was that built too close? Seriously? Oh, wow. What I would like to do is just... That was annoying. Buy new road vehicles. We are going to buy some DMG can stats for the Dovercourt oil and fuel. And we are going to buy some more DMG can stats for the Dovercourt iron ore. And so we should have plastics showing up here, although why is this? Flip back around. You ought to be picking up. No. Really? Oh, that will slow you down. So we have this here. We got lots of iron ore here. Where is... Oh, wow. Where's my depot? Right here. DMG CanStat. And the... What was it? Westmoreland Steel Line. Why is fuel going on the Westmoreland Steel Line? Oh, seriously? Yeah, we have buildings building here. I wouldn't mind you if you were to be building out there, although I'm not surprised they're building here. And it looks like... Did they manage to fix this issue? Although with that said, yeah, for some stupid reason, the game will build buildings on bridges. That's really annoying. Construction's not possible. That's going to create issues though. So we're just going to keep it medium street. What I am going to do... No, we're going to leave that alone. We have $5.8 million in the bank. Let's pay off our loans so we don't have to worry about interest. And over here we have no iron ore. There's no potential. One thing we can do is we can get one of these steel mines connected up as well to Dovercourt. That would help to fuel the demand for iron ore as well as coal. Keep production high. And we have that. We have DMG CanStats there. And there are two of our... I'm thinking what I'm going to want to do. What are the frequencies of our Grays to Upton line? We have 2 trains on it. 3-minute frequency. Westmoreland to Grays has a 5-minute frequency. Westmoreland to Upton has a 4-minute frequency. These are making a little bit of money. This one's making a decent chunk. What I'm going to do, 7 wagons. We are going to buy trains, PLM, and we are going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Clone it. We're going to assign this one to the Grays to Upton line, and this one to the Westmoreland to Upton line. And so those are, 10 capacity trains. And I would like to add 1, 2, 3. And on these 2 trains, we are going to replace 595. Let's let things roll. Replace now. Actually, did I? 118K. Oh, wait a minute. No, bother. It's not going to really matter. No wonder it was so cheap. And on this line, we're going to need to replace these out. Like, an extra 3 wagons can't be that much. Replace now, 484. And replace now, not enough money. How much is it going to cost? 492. And I'd like to ramp up this line here. Alright, so on the Grays to Upton line, we have these two trains that still haven't upgraded. This one has. Let's go into Grays Freight. We're going to replace now 374K. And on this one, we're going to replace now 374K. All right. And so on the Grays to Upton line, we have the Prussian on this one. How many trains do we have on the Grays? Do we have anything on the Southgate line? Yes, we do. We don't have anything going up to Dunwich right now. Grays to Southgate. We got a lot of stuff. So what I'm going to want to do is do a replace out. We are going to go up to the PLM. And we are going to go up to 3, 6... 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, and if we do a replace now, $5.58 million. Let's replace it out. And then we are going to repay. So in 1901, we had an income of $39.6 million. So that was about sideways. 13.2 million of that was road, 13.5 million was rail, tram was 38.83K, we had 12.9 million, so our water dropped slightly. We're currently in September, and we're looking at a $26.8 million income. We should gain more money on the Southgate to Grays line just because we're going to be operating at a higher ticket price. This is upgraded, and we are going to need a lot more. And we designated these all as, yep. I need to check the other farm because I'm not sure if I... this is going to be Gray's Farm. What kind of money has this line been making me? Pretty decent overall. It is one way after all. And we got a ton of people for the 3P line. By road vehicles, land hours. We want the 3P line. Let's pause it. And we need you to go to Grays. To Grays. You're going to Grays. You are going to Grays. You are going to Grays. You are going to Grays. Just to make sure. You are going to Grays as well. You are going to Southgate. Now you're going to Grays. And Southgate. You're going to Grays. We need you to pick up and bring them in this direction. And we have 10 people for Askern. And where did I buy my Landauer? On the Southgate to Askern line. And you are going to Southgate, yep. And we got lots of goods. And I'm almost thinking what we might want to do is upgrade our steel train, although we'll leave it as is. We're going to repay our loan. And I just want to check back over here at Dovercourt. How is the iron ore mine doing? Keep production high. Yep. It does help to just connect it up and it will upgrade of its own accord. This is not seeing any demand. Oh, we got lots of oil here, so let's get that moved. And we want Salterton plastics. $112 units of just go. Once you're loaded, just go. We need to get this oil out of here. Let's buy a couple more. And Salterton plastics. All right. Now over here we got 28 plastics and there are only 26 food. Yeah, this line is kind of losing, not making as much money as it could. We got lots of goods. That's the West Malling line. Wow. Alright. We are going to upgrade to the DMG CanStat and the DMG CanStat. Replace now. Yep, replace now. And I might want to add a few more vehicles to each line. By road vehicles. 4 for the RT1 and a couple more for the RT2 line. We're still running horse carts mainly because they match the speed of the Landauers. We will be getting the post bus coming up not long. So we'll be able to upgrade to DMG CanSats, although with that said, the, whatever it is, the Benz I think it is, comes out not long after the post bus. We are in 1903, nothing came out this year. We're actually down to only 3 passengers there. Yeah, we're pretty good for our current capacity. Oh wow. Yeah, passengers are not showing up. Maybe on this line, it could use an upgrade. Although, with that said, at this point in time, what I'm probably going to do is wrap things up here. We have 34 units heading back in that direction. That is nice. It is a fast and efficient way to get construction materials off in that direction. Yeah, we just have lots of cargo all over the place. And I might want to do something about that. Although, with that said, we got lots of iron ore, lots of coal. We have iron ore being shipped over to here. And it is coming over to here to make its way down to here. So that might slow down now that we have this feeding into here. I might set up the steel here, although we do have this steel and we have that steel feeding this line here, so I'm not sure if anything really needs to be done with that. And we got really oil. Where's that oil coming from? Because we do not have trains. Actually, we do have trains, but no. The oil, it's not coming from here. And this does not connect onto this system. We have boats that go off in this direction but do not bring anything back. I did this specifically. The oil cannot really get back here. So that oil is coming from either over here or over here. For some reason, is it dropping off here to be transferred onwards to Westmoreland? That doesn't make any sense. Unless it is going by road to Upton, then coming over here. That makes no sense. Although, with that said, we do have a lot less. Actually, we have nothing showing up here. So yeah, we may have put too many trucks on that line. Anyway, at this point in time, what I'm going to do is take a break here, and we will continue off with another episode of Transport Fever European Freeplay Edition in the next episode. I may have to also check up on how the goods factory is doing. I know I have seen goods flowing, and I am going to want to start thinking about actually properly connecting up that express train going from Southgate to Westmoreland, although I do want to, of course, connect up to Chorleywood off to the north. But thank you for watching. My name is Scott for SB Gaming, and as always, have a good day.